Welcome back to Taste Toast Travel. I'm Tara.
And I'm John.
We are unpacking our trip to Alcatraz today.
Yeah, The Rock.
So, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think I alluded to some location we were going to go to. It had kind of a spooky, scary vibe. You might remember that from
I
like
do remember. I was here.
the Halloween-esque episode. Actually, those weren't really Halloween episodes. They were our
just haunted.
scary haunted location episodes.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to potentially cover Alcatraz on there, but then I was like, no, we're gonna go. We at least we're planning on going at that point, so thought we'd wait on that one.
And just a quick background.
Yes.
Neither of us had ever gone before.
Oh yeah, I was getting there.
I was born and raised in the Bay Area.
I've been here since I was 10.
An hour away, my whole life basically, an hour away from Alcatraz. She's basically native, like even though she claims East Coast, no. And so she's never been, but she's always wanted to go.
Yeah.
And we had tickets to go one time. Like, was that last year or 2 years ago?
I want to say it was last year because I think it was your last semester. No, maybe that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I remember you were
We didn't have
you were in your master's program and you
Yeah.
were in the final semester of that school year because it was supposed to be around my birthday. It was going to be
Right.
like, well, which is February, but I think we were going to go in like, I think we had postponed it. Whatever. We were going to go when it was
Anyway,
nicer
school
or
got in the
something.
way.
School got in the way. You were like, I can't go. I'm sorry.
Can't
And I was
skip.
devastated because I had been wanting to go. And I just never did. A lot of people ask us that. We're like, well, maybe not a lot, but I have had people ask why we haven't gone. And I
know.
was like, as a local,
It's like you're from Philly. You don't go
kinda
see the
know.
Liberty Bell.
I mean, or you do,
I mean,
or
you
you
do,
might
but
on
it's
like a
like
field trip.
yeah, you're like 8 years
or-
old and you go on a field trip.
Yeah, yeah. Or you maybe go with your family. I don't know. But yeah, I guess our families like never wanted to, never saw. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just one of those typical local things where I don't want a blanket statement that nobody around here goes, but there's a surprising amount of people that I know that are from here, have lived here, even just California in general,
Yeah.
who have never been
There's a
or
lot of-
went way later in life like we did.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Not as a
touristy
kid.
things I've never done.
Mhm.
Never walked the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I've only
Mhm.
walked a part of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of people that you like I've
Never been to
talked
Coit
to, and they're
Tower.
like they thought we would have done those things because
Yeah.
you live here, why not? I don't know. As a
Yeah.
local, you kind of just don't do those things sometimes. But
I've never been to Coit Tower. I've never been to, where do they do Outside Lands?
Golden Gate Park?
Never been to Golden Gate Park.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually
Yeah.
That's sad. And
You've
that's
done a
kinda
lot more
crazy.
than me probably because you went to school there.
I also went to school at SF State.
Yeah, so, like,
for those
I
who
never
don't
went
know.
to Golden Gate Park. I've never
I've been there so many
never
times.
done so many things.
Okay, well now you're
Yeah.
just legitimately missing out on things. But yeah, Alcatraz was just one of those ones that it just looked fun and creepy and
Yeah, it was
cool.
cool.
And there's an incredible history, obviously, that we won't really
Really?
we won't really go into the history on this episode. That's not what this is about. What we really wanted this to be about was, of course, to recap our time there, but also in doing that, if you plan on going, if you know someone that's going to go, things that you might want to keep in mind, things we would or wouldn't recommend, tips, tricks, all the things. So without further ado,
Let's do it.
want to get into it? Do you want to kind of
Yes.
kick us off by just actually, no. One thing I wanted to start off with was mentioning, this is kind of a silly thing, but bear with, this is the first of my like tips, things to keep in mind if you're going there. There is no parking there.
We found parking very easily.
We did.
Pier
Now,
33,
it's at
get
Pier
there.
33
It's like
in
indoor
on the Embarcadero in San Francisco. And
It's like semi protected. Like it's not like you're parking out in the middle of nowhere. Your window's gonna get smashed. It's like in a building.
that's no. That's just like a one-off lot. That had nothing to do with Pier 33.
No, I know.
Okay, I'm just saying. Like,
Well, it was Pier 33 parking is what it said.
oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we parked, if you weren't gathering from our banter right now, we parked in it's like a building, it's covered, whatever. It is essentially connected to the Pier 33 building, essentially, but
Two
it's
doors
not,
down.
it is not proper Alcatraz parking.
Yeah,
So
it's just
a
general
heads up.
public parking.
Yeah.
Which there were plenty of spots. But what day was it? It was a Saturday.
This was a Saturday night that we went.
So yeah, it
Saturday
wasn't
evening.
that busy at all. Like there were tons of parking.
Yeah, I
there.
was actually kind of surprised. So there is plenty of parking parking lots and things around there. There was also one like pretty much across the street, sort of catty corner. By the way, so random. Do you say kitty corner or catty corner? I hear it's so
I think they're
regional.
different.
Is it?
I think kitty corner, catty corner. I've heard both of them.
I'm just laughing because
I say
speaking
kitty
of
corner.
culture on this
I
podcast.
say kitty corner, but like,
Do you?
yeah. But,
Okay.
I mean, I've maybe used that in a phrase once in my entire life.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they are used to mean diagonally opposite. I'm looking this up, by the way.
Yeah, diagonally opposite.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing?
Wait, this is so interesting. But catter corner is the original term derived from the French word for four, while kitty corner is more common in many parts of North America. Catty corner is used more in the American South. Catty corner is less common variant of the same phrase. All right, so I guess I'm in the minority there. That's interesting. It's very East Coast. That's where I picked it up from. Anyway, quick aside. But there was another very close parking lot that it was in a lot, wasn't covered, nothing like that. It's just typical street park. If you were to go to like a San Francisco Giants game, that's the kind of place you would park, that sort of outside
It's just
thing.
any type of outdoor. If you've ever been to a city with parking, it looks just like that.
Anyway, bottom line, keep that in mind. There is no Alcatraz tour parking.
It's a city
type situation. Anyway, so
found parking. It was great. Walked down. Like, man, it was like literally like
a 2-minute walk.
Yeah, it was like a few doors down.
We missed the entrance actually at first.
Walked by it. Went back. Easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we got there early because someone was afraid we wouldn't get parking, so we got there early.
Listen,
and then we had to stand
there was
a bunch of bozos.
There was a protest in San Francisco that day. That's another thing to keep in mind. You know, major city, there are things that go on. There can be a lot of traffic. Listen, I've lived in San Francisco. I know how the city can be. So anyway, better safe than sorry. So yeah, I think we got there early. We got there like a good 35, 40
minutes. Yeah, so there's a line, basically stand in line and waiting for the ferry to come get you or whatever. And so there's a good amount of people. I want to say
I don't even know
100.
That's what I was thinking.
100 people maybe,
give or take, maybe slightly less. Yeah, we were nerding out. We were like, I wonder what the capacity on this boat is.
It's a big boat.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent boat. Which, by the way, if you've never been in San Francisco or not, and you want to like really experience how just beautiful the skyline and everything is, look at doing a boat tour. Hornblower cruises are very, I don't know how touristy they are. I've been on a lot because I had like connections there throughout college, and my sorority had like a party on once. It was actually really fun. But yeah, really recommend like a dinner cruise. It's very pretty. I know it sounds like very touristy and kind of like really a dinner cruise, but
well, we should also say that this was an evening tour. Yes. It wasn't during the day. So this is at night. So we got there, 6?
Yeah, so, somewhere after
6:30-ish. So this was the night tour. So we were going to get to Alcatraz, and it was like really dark out, right? It was like,
which I wanted, by the way.
Black.
And we can get into the day tour versus night tour, but I was bound and determined to do it. I wanted the last one. I wanted to be in pitch darkness. I wanted to be like creeped out.
Which we got it.
When we were there.
It was dark.
It was dark.
But it was really pretty, like she was saying, the skyline as you're driving to and from the city, you know, all the lights and everything. Very pretty. And it wasn't actually super cold. I was expecting it to be much colder. It was actually very mild.
Mind you, this is October that we are recording this and went. So, yeah, keep in mind, October.
It was pretty mild.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be way colder and windier.
It did get windier. And especially when you're out on the water, you're out on the rock. Like, yeah, it's windy. I mean,
yeah,
it's
but it was more mild than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And how long would you say the ferry took?
10 minutes? God, like 10, maybe 15 minutes.
I think it was like 10 minutes.
It was way closer than I thought.
It was easy.
Don't know what I expect. We literally were talking, what do you think this will be, 20, 25 minutes? And like, we like take off, and then before we knew it, we were like approaching it, or we were like, oh, it was like the fastest thing ever.
Yeah, it was really quick. It's like I remember going from Amalfi to Capri.
Yeah,
and that took forever.
That felt like it took forever.
That takes
I think
forever.
we're also just excited to get to Capri. We're
takes forever. This was like,
yeah,
get on the boat and you're there. Go.
Literally
cool.
Just like pee, go get water and a pretzel, and we're basically there.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. So you can there's food on.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning.
There's food on.
It's like hot dogs.
Yeah, it's
pretzels,
like bar food.
That kind of stuff.
the most.
You cannot drink.
Can't drink on the way there. You can drink on the way back.
Yes, they have
Alcoholic
overpriced beers
beverages.
and all the things.
You can have a beer or some wine or something.
Yeah.
On the way back, you can't drink whilst going to the island.
Yes.
No for alcohol, safety reasons.
No alcohol allowed on it. All of the things. Someone's probably ruined it for the rest of us. But
yeah,
that would have been fun.
Yeah, it was an easy 10-minute cruise all the way to the island. You get there and you get off. They basically just tell you when you get there, go to the top.
Yeah, it was so interesting.
Okay.
So I was really curious. We were talking about this because the email confirmation didn't make it abundantly clear what this tour exactly was going to be. I think I had read that it mentioned like you get, like a headset and thing, which we'll talk about
different
in a
tours?
second. No, I don't think there's, well, I mean, maybe, but there was only one tour I could really book.
Yeah.
No, I guess I didn't know how hands-on it would be in terms of having a guide. Right. So you're let off.
I
And
wouldn't mind a guide.
also, I just want to like back up a second. Approaching it, especially at night, is so
very cool.
Whoa. Like you're here. This is it. It feels
like you're going back in time.
Like, yeah.
Because they didn't really change a lot of like
No.
the dock and like the landing and all of that. It's very, very what it was, which was cool, and I liked it. So you get there and you're like, whoa. And you're just like imagining just like this boat full of prisoners, just like dumping them off at this island. It's crazy. And then you have to walk to the top of it, which it's misleading because when you think of an island, you don't really think of an island that's just kind of like really tall. If that makes sense. Because you have to like walk up and when you get there, you walk up and you zigzag up. And it's actually kind of a pain in the ass.
So, okay, yeah. So I think when a lot of people think islands, well, actually, that's not entirely true. I think you have to think about, depending on who's listening here and where you're from, there are some people where maybe they're like us, right? Where we are in California, we're not going to have like a flat beachy island. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you're talking to someone in like my family who lives in Florida, they're like, mountain, what's that? Sure. So it kind of depends. But if you were to look at like Angel Island, for example, right?
So they just like a boulder in the water.
That's a quite high. So I guess you could imagine that Alcatraz was maybe, I don't know, before they kind of designed it how they designed it, was like that too. But yeah, I didn't expect that. And it's funny, they were, making all these announcements, and there was actually someone that was talking over the loudspeaker on the way there. They were sharing some of the histories. I didn't know that. That was kind of cool too. I feel like I'm blanking on like everything we heard there now, but there was like some cool things that we didn't know. And then once you're starting to get close, they're going over all the rules and things you can and can't do, and a lot of things closed off for your safety, which we'll dig into more in a minute too. And then mentioning that there's like no strollers allowed, like, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I kind of get it. It's not really a place you would necessarily want to bring a baby, but like we were talking about bringing our daughter, and I was like, once we got off and started seeing what the quote hike was, I was like, oh, I get it now. So basically, as you were saying, you get off and there's like this kind of like little landing bit, but then you really start, it's an uphill climb. There were some people that we were walking near, they were huffing and puffing. Yeah. It was like, you had to be kind of like
kind of have to walk up a hill.
Yeah, it's several. And so it kind of, like you were saying, zigzags a bit. And then you pass some interesting things. I mean, I'm trying to remember what some of the buildings were.
Yeah, there's some old buildings. Like I remember seeing the workshop, the officers club, where all the officers would like, I guess, drink and hang out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just some like, just like old buildings and like maintenance buildings and stuff like that.
So so you're kind of zigzagging. You're going up. That maybe is like 1, 2, like 3-ish zigzags that you got to go up. And then, it's kind of funny. There really wasn't, there's basically someone on the bottom of this like dock area. And they were kind of just like, follow the crowd, guys. Like just
go up
follow
to the
top.
path.
Just go up. We're like,
it's just like this massive.
There are signs, but
massive prison structure on top of like a mountain, just like whoop.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Mountain's a strong word, but yes.
Yeah.
Very
just like a
rocky
big,
hill.
like a big. Yeah, I mean.
It's called the Rock for a reason.
Yeah,
so
it just like sits right on top of this thing. It's like so strange.
So it's pretty cool because you're seeing it, above you, sort of as you're walking towards it, and it's like, whoa, this is it,
Mm.
And what did you mention in terms of capacity? This was so interesting. I wasn't gonna get here yet, but now that we're on the topic.
It had the capacity to hold like over 600 prisoners.
I thought you said it was like 2 or 3. What did
100?
you yeah.
No, 600.
Oh, 600?
But it never got to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Because I remember
always.
when we were on the island, we were talking about that, and then you had like looked it up or something.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
like
thought it was,
over
like,
600, and then it
300
has
or something.
it was
Well,
always
that's more
between
than I
like 2
thought.
and 300 people
Okay,
there.
so maybe that's
Yeah.
what you were saying. Yeah. So it's interesting. I mean, it's big, but it's not as big as I thought.
No. Well, yeah, because it's like they're stacked on top of each other, the cells. So it's like 3 floors of just people cells.
Right, but I guess I meant almost in terms of like width of the building
just
itself.
space it
You know
takes.
what I mean?
I mean, the
Yeah.
whole island is 11 acres.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I'm so bad with acres. I have no
11
concept of like
football fields.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's a big space.
Okay, that's big.
Yeah.
It didn't feel that to me.
That's the
so
island, not
funny.
the prison. The
No,
island.
I know. Yeah. Well, so so I guess we could mention this at this point too. There was a lot that you could not access.
Yeah, it was roped off and
A lot of things roped off, a lot of things they mentioned. So again, this is just a heads up when and if you go. I kind of wish we could have accessed more. That was sort of my like I don't really have any complaints about any of it. I think it was just that. And then we were talking, we were like, well, is this just because we did a night tour or whatever? You can't see as well, whatever. But I think a lot of it is just there's like a whole other side of the island where we didn't get off that you don't see any of it. You see it on a map, but
again, yeah, maybe if it was daytime you could have seen it, like at least because I remember
I don't know.
when you're in the prison there's a door and it's like this is the yard where everyone did like sports activities, whatever, and you look out and it's just fucking pitch black.
Yeah.
And like, oh, great.
Yeah.
But maybe if it was
you could have like seen off to the left. It was like off to the left of that.
If there was light, you might have been able to see some more stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
But you just couldn't. Anyway, point is you couldn't access it. You couldn't walk down there. It's like there's less access to things than you might.
Even things inside the prison that were closed off.
Yeah.
Like different spaces.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that. So you finally get to the main area where you're gonna go in.
You start.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, you start in the warden's office, which like it's very misleading. You don't know it's the warden's office, but like.
Well, because there's basically stanchions that they're having you kind of walk through. So there's like history and things on
there's like photos on the walls and stuff, but it's like you get into
read.
this room and there's like a kiosk with like brochures on it, and then you're kind of like zigzagging through it, you know, to get into the it's like an antechamber almost to get into the main prison, right? And I was like, I don't know what made me. I was like, was that the warden's office?
You're just like, what room did we just?
I feel like that was like the warden's office, and then we walk out, and I look above the door, and it has the like it says warden's office there. I was like, oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that you kind of like intuitively like knew that.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah,
because I saw a picture. I saw a picture, and
there words a lot about the wardens in that.
Yeah, the picture of it was like warden's office, and it had like a picture of what it will look like, what the room looked like.
Oh, I missed
so I was
that
like,
completely.
oh, this must be that room. I don't know why else they would have this photo.
Like that's random.
But then we got out and I saw the top, like the door, and it was labeled warden's office.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of a just.
But then you get into the main prison.
Random rooms.
Like you really just kind of like warden's office door opens just like bang right into the prison.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like that little weird kind of curved room, like you mentioned, and then like that's kind of like the intro to where you're then greeted with they ask you like, okay, what language do you want? And then you're given the headphones.
You get the headphones
and the little like
play, and then
player
you start it.
thing.
Really.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, start it right when you hit there, and then you're just kind of listening. So
yeah, and then you get to the starting line, and basically you hit play, and then you're like in the prison block. B.
Pretty much, you go down this like little hallway first. Remember, because there's like a hallway, and then as you're walking, it's a pretty short hallway, but then to the left of that, there's the visitation room.
Yeah.
So where you could have visited. There's only like 2 visitation windows.
There were more in the past, but yeah, it was there 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only a couple there, so that was funny. We didn't really see that until we were on our way out.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, you kind of just go into this hallway, and then you come out into this
prison block
massive prison block.
Cells on every.
I think it was cell block C.
Yeah, it was like cells everywhere, and then they were.
Open.
You look up, and it was like 3 floors high of just cells with like catwalks around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was just like, holy shit.
So I want to mention here, guys, too, that we are trying to incorporate some more fun videos and things on YouTube in terms of places we go and what we do and experience. And we did do a vlog like video on this. So you guys can go watch this. I'm going to launch that around the time this episode comes out. So if you want to see it for yourself, it'll be a pretty short video, but you can really kind of see everything we're walking through today. You can see it exactly pretty much as we're describing it. So you can get a picture for yourself. Of course, you can go just like Google photos too, but I like to think our little tour was more fun than that. So anyway, you can go check that out. We'll link that in the show notes, but so you can see what we're talking about. But yeah, it's cool. So when you first walk in, you see the whole cell block. And then when you walk over to the right, basically there are photos and kind of like probably some bios and stuff too. I didn't really sit there and like look at those long, but of the people, of like the voices that you're supposed to be hearing, of the people narrating what you're hearing. So there's like old inmates. I remember a couple of them were saying like, I was inmate number da 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 da. I think, was it previous wardens? I'm trying to think, but there's like people that worked there and were familiar. Or guards, I think is what I was trying to say. Yeah, so it's kind of cool and interesting hearing their account or the character portraying their voice, hearing whatever account they got on record at one point. There was one I remember that was talking about, never mind. I don't want to like misstate this. I think they were talking about either like Al Capone or Birdman or, oh no, maybe it was one of the brothers that escaped. Yeah, it was like one. But they had mentioned like, no, they were perfectly nice. Like they weren't, they were like pretty good inmates and stuff. But anyway, so that was funny. So yeah, you kind of zigzagged through the cell block as well. And I think probably the most interesting thing that you come across that I think is what maybe I wouldn't say people go there for, but are pretty interested in are the cell blocks of the three men that escaped.
That's really what I want to see was like the cell blocks of like famous people. So like the guys that escaped, Al Capone.
He was on the second level.
That was really kind of lame.
In the video too.
I wish I could have gone up to it. Because it was like a little bit. It was the second level, right? Yeah. So you can see they put like a little.
There's like a banner that was kind of hanging down. Yeah, like this was like Al Capone. Was here
prisoner, whatever number he had.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, cool. And I guess that was Al Capone's cell, but like.
It looked like any other cell though. Like. Yeah, the ones that were sort of the most done up, if you will, were the ones where the three men escaped from, which I'm blanking on their names now.
I can't remember their names.
No, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I think a lot of people.
And it's funny that they were right next to each other.
I think that was kind of well, two of them were, and then one was like two or three down.
Like cells down, but like the brothers were right next to each other.
I think I'm pretty
so funny,
pretty sure. But it's just so wild, and so it's hard to wrap your head around. Seeing that in person and seeing where they dug and just
they dug and then they had like the spoons that they used right there,
the body and, like, that they had in the
fake paper mache head.
It was creepy.
It's crazy that nobody noticed anything because like you're walking around there and there's like you can't hide anything.
No,
there's no way to hide.
Zero privacy.
So it was after seeing that, I for sure think that some of the guards were in on it.
Really?
There's no way you could get away with that without anyone noticing. Are you joking?
I know. I don't know. I
literally watched... from the bars to the back of the wall is 9 feet.
Yeah, we were looking up the measurements.
And when you're laying in the bed, like your head is
like pretty much
6 inches from the bars.
Yeah.
There's like, how could you sneak around? There's nowhere to hide anything. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's different times back then. I don't know.
And they dug a hole into the concrete wall without anybody knowing.
Well, no, but remember, you could put the vent over it. Like, that was the whole thing.
No, yeah,
they made cover it every
They made
night.
a fake vent to go over it. Like, and then I saw the fake vent, and I was like, oh my God, that looks so bad. I don't know, man.
I know. Well, I think, I would imagine that the fake vent was only, this is so not factually maybe correct. I've watched so many documentaries, and now I'm forgetting a lot of the details. But I feel like they used the real vent most of the time. The fake vent, I feel like, was maybe
for
just like when
only one night where they left.
Maybe
could be.
I don't know, because I don't know if they maybe had it.
That makes sense.
Get that back on, but then why make a whole fake one? I don't know. You guys don't at me on that one.
But then
I could be totally wrong.
So then they like went out their cell, and there's like like a service hallway or whatever.
Yes,
and
which
so
they also
which you could see
had on
inside that,
display.
which is
That
kind
was
of cool.
super cool. That's
Yeah.
also in the video I just mentioned. So I don't know if they like took that part of the wall. I don't know if that was like open.
Yeah, it was open.
It was a there
It's a
was
service.
a door.
It was a maintenance hall.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
that's
you could
where
like fix plumbing and stuff.
Right, okay. I wasn't sure if they like took that part of the rock wall away or something, or
No,
like I don't know,
that
but
was there.
to open it up
Mhm.
so people could see in. It's pretty cool. It's crazy.
Mhm.
It's crazy how they got out of there. Whether or not they lived, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
And
that
there's a
was
lot of conspiracy
yeah,
theories
I
around
mean,
that. But
because once you get
so
out, like
cool.
then it's like, oh fuck, now we have to like make it down
Now
this. We
what?
have to
Like
scale them like
they had to scale up, right? And
they
then they
go
were like on
up
the
to the roof, and
and
then they had to come back
then
down. Like, oh my gosh.
yeah, and then getting off and that was with rafts. These like
Well, they
makeshift
made
rafts and
makeshift
stuff
rafts
out of raincoats,
with
right?
raincoats.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nobody knew that was happening. Okay.
We'll never really know, will we?
Yeah.
I think that's what's so fascinating and just the mystery behind it, and did they or didn't they escape? And
I don't know.
I've heard
Whatever.
some family members think or truly believe that they did, and they ended up in South America.
I hope they
like,
did.
so
That's cool. Good for them. You earned that shit.
If you can escape Alcatraz, I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely
maybe.
earned your freedom.
Not that I agree with escaping from prison, but like, I don't know.
Definitely earned that. But
if you could get across the bay, which is very cold, and yeah. Although I was joking on the way out, I was just like, if their escape night was anything like tonight, this isn't too bad. It's actually
I think the one night they did it was like raining and shit.
Was it?
I think.
Yeah, it might have. Yeah.
But we're getting off topic.
I don't know. Yeah, we're getting very off topic. Anyway, those were really cool to see.
That was pretty much it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're missing an entire block, D block.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
Which is the solitary.
Solitary, yeah.
That was
the
eerie.
rooms that were the solitaries that were like open.
Mm-hmm.
Those looked very nice.
Oh my god!
I would have loved to be in that cell.
You are
huge.
unwell in the head.
No, not the ones
about?
that closed.
They all
No,
closed.
they didn't.
What are you talking about?
No.
Oh, the ones when you first walk in.
Yeah,
okay, so there's some when you
big ones.
When you you're so funny. It's so cush. I'd love to be in there. Okay. The only nice quote unquote thing about them was that they were bigger than the cells in C block.
And you didn't have to deal with anyone else. You had your own space. You don't have to deal with bullshit.
It was darker and like, no, don't.
But the only problem with those cells is that you only got out of
like an hour a day or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was like an hour
bad.
a day. You were in your cell like 23 hours a day or some shit like that.
Horrible. And then I should mention there was the ones on the bottom, which are the only ones we had access to, but there was again 2 or 3 levels of solitary cells too, I believe. I remember there being something.
I don't remember that.
Up above. I'd have to go back and look at our.
I don't know. Anyway, but then you had like the actual solitary like confinement ones where it was like pitch dark.
And you can go in.
Yeah, you like threw you in there and then like closed the door behind you, and it was just like pitch dark. Can't see anything.
Yeah.
Can't see your hand in front of your
face.
Well,
actually, we were not allowed to close the doors, but if you did close the door,
right?
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, there's no like light under the door.
There
or
is
anything.
no natural light,
and you stay in there.
Eerie.
They said you could be in those rooms for up like as many or as few as a few hours, and then up to a few days, but no more than 19 days consecutively.
Oh my god! Oh, I can't even.
You go nuts.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. I think a lot of people did. Probably did.
And it just had like one little slit that you could open and close, so you could like put food in there and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. There's 2 that are notorious, and these are the ones we went in. So I was like, just already kind of aware of these. Was I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, I saw this on like Ghost Adventures and things, but like cells, I think it was like 13 and 14 in that block are like heavy.
Super spooky.
There's been a lot of paranormal activity, some kind of like evil stuff going on in those ones. I don't know what it is, but
seemed fine to me.
Yeah, you're just averse to. Yeah, the paranormal. But anyway, so that was D block. Oh, and in between there, I think we touched on this earlier, but between C and D is where you could see the like the yard where they would all go out and play sports and do things. There was like in the C block, do you remember that? You went out and looked. I actually for some reason
it was like a little
it was kind of busy
doorway, and there was nothing to see. It was dark.
Yeah, so that was like the one thing about going at night. I think you definitely it had like a more, I don't know, kind of spooky vibe, I guess, if that's what you wanted. But then there was definitely some things you have to like be mindful of that you can't totally get like a good picture of. But anyway, so after the solitary block, which by the way, there's also like an A and B block, I'm pretty sure. That was all closed off. I mean, there's no, you don't go in those. I think those are in like a separate building further down, or maybe like same but different, whatever. It's probably more of the same. So I don't know that it makes sense to have everything open. I don't know that for sure. But going out of D block, you went into, I think, into the library, right? Or there was like
There's like a room that was a library.
Yeah, and then they just had like kind of newspapers. I'm not really sure what the point of that room was. The one bummer is there was a whole big room that wasn't open at this time specifically. I think maybe they were redoing something. It was like the mess hall or something, like where they would all. That would have been kind of cool to see. I'm not sure what direction that would have been in, but I don't know, just to get an idea of like that vibe and like what that energy and stuff must have been like. Would have been interesting. So hopefully, if anyone here listening goes, that is open next time they're there. But yeah, outside of the library, I think you kind of just went back into the cell block and like maybe went down. I think you just kind of like rounded a corner, and then there was some big information on Alcatraz being like what's the word I'm looking for? Like maximum security prison.
Yeah.
And there was like some stuff to read and kind of whatever.
Originally it was a maximum security prison for military.
I did not know that. Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, it was a military prison.
Okay. Gotcha.
Originally. And this dates back to like the 1800s. So it was like the late 1800s because it was a prison from 1930.
You listened to that or read that there?
Yeah.
How did I miss all this?
It was like it was Alcatraz, like the prison from like the 30s to the 1960 or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that's like.
And then prior to that, it was a military prison.
Oh my god.
So that's why
I missed a very big piece of information here.
Yeah. Well.
Thanks for paying attention.
Yep, that's what I'm here for. And so then you go out, you walk out of, you go through the gift shop. Ha, fun, yay.
Oh, well, anyway. Oh, yeah, you skipped ahead a little bit. But anyway, basically you you look at all that, you round this other corner. That's where you can see down the service thing where those guys escaped.
Kind of do like a big loop.
Yeah, you kind of just like keep looping around. You give back your headphone, whatever. And then, yes, you walk out. That's where we saw the visitation little area. And then you keep walking in. And then you're hit with the gift shop.
And I course bought something, obviously. Got a little mug, which I don't even know where it went.
Oh, it's around here somewhere.
It's like a little mug made of like tin. It's like a prisoner mug. Yeah. It's like the same mug that they would have been issued. It's kind of cool.
You had to get something. It was so funny. It's kind of fun.
I like mugs.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
We kind of collect mugs.
Yeah. And then
you walk out.
And then there's like another space where you have the warden's house.
So this whole thing was pretty cool. So there's like the lighthouse. So you walk out, you kind of turn to your right. There's a lighthouse to your right. And then the warden's house to your left.
Right.
And that, I was like, man, this is in like really bad shape. But then you told me.
Yeah, it got burned up in a fire in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Probably arson, obviously. But from the pictures, it was really cool. I mean, from the structure that was left, I mean, it was a big ass house.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was big.
It's a decent size. And then you
It was like 8 rooms.
Yeah. Wow, it was 8? Oh my God.
It was a big place. And then it was like, honestly, back in the heyday when that thing was probably new, it was probably so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Like the view of the city from there.
Oh, all of it. Yeah. I mean,
it never really occurred to me that the like, what a pain in the ass. Everyone would basically have to not everyone, but a lot of people would probably live on that island for a lot of their days, right?
Yeah, I was wondering about.
So the warden, I guess, would just stay on the island. What a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like how
when you have a family there, nothing like having raising your son in a prison.
Nothing to
what?
do in a prison but
it
no,
is,
yeah,
the whole
I
island's
guess.
a prison.
I mean, yeah, what would you? They could just boat in every day.
I know, but what a pain in the ass. Especially back then, boats weren't like they are today.
It's true. That's so true.
Because before the Golden Gate Bridge, it was a 3-hour paddle boat ride to get from Marin to San Francisco.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all, but yeah, fun fact.
So it must have been a bitch. They're like, I'm not going to take a paddle boat every day. I'm going to live here. So they built this cool house.
Wow. Yeah, it was kind of cool. There's I'm not using this word correctly, but there was basically a plaque, something where you can
information.
Whatever. There's informational kind of plaque thing that you can read, and you can see what it looked like before it burnt up and everything.
Yeah, it's cool.
Pretty wild. And then there's this pretty kind of overlook.
And that overlook, it looked out to the parade area.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
a space that was created by the military
Yeah.
prisoners.
Didn't they carve that?
Carved it out
That
of the
was like their
mountain or the
manual
mountain. They carved it out
labor.
of the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
I
so it created a
remember.
flat plateau where they could do like marches and all kinds of stuff like that. But we didn't really get to see a lot of it because it was dark.
Yeah. I really enjoyed going in the night, but at the same time, on our way back down, which we will get to now, I was like, you know what? I kind of
I
want
would
to.
like to come back in the
I want
daytime.
to come back during the day.
Wasn't even that spooky to me.
No, it was not as eerie as I thought. Honestly, what didn't help is there was a lot of people around.
True.
I mean, it wasn't like overly packed.
Oh
I think
yeah,
they
and like
have
a group of girls doing TikTok
Oh,
videos.
holy
Like,
hell.
oh my
Yeah,
god,
that just made me laugh. I
ridiculous.
was like, good lord.
Yeah.
But
like the stupid TikTok dances. Like, what are you
we
doing?
ended up like in the middle and
Like,
behind it.
You're in
I'm like,
Alcatraz.
don't
Like, why
mind
are you doing
me.
a TikTok dance?
I was laughing so hard. Why not do it
Guess so.
with our generation? Yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, on the way down, and that was kind of it. So you know what I mean? We were kind of like,
It was just like the main prison area,
huh.
and that's pretty much it.
We were
There's
sort
nothing
of
really
like,
else. You can't like
okay.
walk around the islands. It's
No,
all
and
like
that's
blocked.
what I sort of thought there would
Yeah, I
be a
thought you
little
would
more
be
of.
able to like walk around the whole island and like see
Yeah.
things and stuff.
Like
but,
I figured some things would be
safety.
partitioned off and whatever, but truthfully, I think they just, they can't and they don't want to just let people loose on the island.
Yeah.
People are crazy.
People are dumb and they're gonna like get hurt,
graffiti
and
or
then
something,
sue
or
you
get
'cause this
hurt,
is
and it's like a whole thing.
California.
Yeah. So yeah, we just kind of just ultimately headed back down. We took our time with it though, and then there's like a couple of buildings that we sort of went past. We took like a slightly different way down because there's like this strange little like thing that you could sort of like walk down and cut through,
Shortcut.
as opposed to like one of the things that you snake up and down, and that led us to a couple other buildings that I can't remember the uses of now. But I think some of the ones you mentioned before that we passed on the way up.
There was like a maintenance area,
Yeah,
a workshop.
I have pictures of it. Yeah.
A chapel.
Some other kind of.
There was like one other. It was like an automotive like shop, like fixing. I'm sure all the trucks and
all these
cars
things that you
and
would
all
like
that kind
never
of stuff.
kind of
It's like stuff you
think
would
and imagine would be there, but
yeah,
it makes
like,
sense.
You need like you need like a mechanics place,
Right.
because all the trucks and things coming in and out. You think people walked up there every day?
No.
Took a
Imagine
car,
not.
drove up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus,
And
all the stuff coming from the mainland, like food and supplies and all that.
No,
getting
totally.
trucked
Well,
up.
that's ultimately why Alcatraz closed, right? It was like getting too or one of the reasons, at least, it was like getting too expensive.
It was cruel and
run.
unusual punishment.
Well,
Is what
I guess
they
also
said.
that. I mean, so there was also this exhibit, which was really beautiful. Actually, it was very.
Oh, I had no clue.
Enlightening. I did not know. Yeah. So
even my dad didn't know about it, and he's from here
oh
too.
yeah, we were like recapping all of this with his parents.
He was born in the '60s here, and
has
he's
been
like,
to Alcatraz,
I had no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, it's like American Indians in the '70s, late '60s, early '70s, took over Alcatraz and basically like claimed it as this is theirs now, because it was after it closed in like the early '60s. It was just sat there and nobody did anything with it, so it was just like this uninhabited prison island, and so the American Indians were sailed out there, and they're like, "We'll have this," and they just like claimed it, and then basically we said no.
Yeah, so there's a lot of I won't go into all of that here, but like very rich history. I think it's good for people to be aware of, and just that whole journey situation. There's like a lot there. So
I had no clue.
It was beautiful. It was kind of interesting to get educated.
So they have like remnants of like the stuff that they did when they were there, like a lot artifacts and all that,
pictures. Just it's cool. It was a cool exhibit, I guess you could call that. Yeah,
because the first thing I noticed when we got there, when you're arriving, like the big sign that says like Alcatraz Prison, whatever, it's painted in red, like all Indians are welcome here, and I was like, that's a weird thing to have.
I know, we were both, honestly, we're so naive, we're so clueless. We were like, what?
Like what does that mean? And then
I don't
now it makes
think
sense.
a lot of people know that part of the history,
No,
which is
no
I'm so glad they had it, because like, again, naive like us, that's history you should know. So little fun fact for you is that. So I feel like that history's not talked about.
Moral of the story is I would go back in the daylight. If you're on the fence between daylight and nighttime, I would say go in the daytime. You get more for your money. You get to see more. even if
So
it's from a
true.
distance, you get to appreciate like the island more and
Mm-hmm.
like the different places. Because at nighttime, it's very one dimensional. It's like prison block, and that's it.
Yeah, a little bit. I think as locals, we have the benefit of knowing where things are. I will say the San Francisco skyline at night and everything, that's beautiful.
Hmm.
There's no, I mean, there was like this Ferris wheel that we didn't know was like up and
Yeah.
existed. That was cool. So taking the boat there and back, really pretty. I just loved staring at the skyline. That was really fun. And I still liked going at night. I'm still glad I did it. I feel like I'd regret not at least trying it because I wanted to go at night for so long.
Yeah.
But again, if we weren't local and didn't have a good idea of where we were and what we
Hmm.
were looking at and whatever, and yeah, I don't think you would have got as much out of it
Yeah.
in terms of really being able to soak it in. So
Yeah.
I would say like the inside was cool at night, but in terms of anything on the outside and that whole thing, yeah,
Yeah.
I would say during the day too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Still glad we did it at night
Yeah.
because that's what I'd want to do for like the longest time. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
That was
think I
cool.
would agree with you. There's also more daytimes available, not surprisingly. So you might have a little more flexibility. And it's so interesting. You don't have to, at least this is how it was for us. You don't have to take a specific boat back. It's not like you have to be, and I was wondering about
Yeah. They
this.
had multiple boats coming back and
There's
forth. Like, all
no
right.
kind of like rule about,
You're leaving at 9. It was like,
yeah, it's like,
there's a
okay,
boat, you can
there
take
was
it.
no, I thought it was going to be almost like, I'm kind of glad it wasn't more organized like that, to be honest, but like, I thought it was going to be like, we would have a guide essentially telling us, you need to be back down here by 9 to get
I
this,
was under the
whatever.
impression that like you would get there at whatever 7,
Yeah.
and then it's like
Okay, you have exactly 2
you're
hours and
stuck there
then
until 9:15.
yeah,
Yeah, but
I
it
thought
wasn't
so
like that.
too.
It was like,
We ended up we were anticipating, I think the last boat back was gonna be like 9:25, and we were anticipating taking that, but honestly, because all of us didn't take as long as we
yeah, we
thought,
got through it and
we got on a boat, like, pretty last minute. We were, like, one of the last
just
people on.
walked on. It's great.
But it was great. Yeah, I was like, "Okay, well, that's kinda nice. We
Yeah,
have the flexibility." So I think FYI, there's, like, flexibility if especially if you were to do it during the day, you can kinda guess spend the whole day there
yeah.
if you really wanted
I
to. I
mean,
don't
I
know. I don't know if there's
guess.
like anything about that. But there's a picnic area. It's a very dedicated picnic area. You really can't have food or drink other than water on the island or
Yeah,
anything like that, but you can picnic there apparently. There's a very, very small smoking section.
yeah.
And yeah, so I think it's like it's not just protected land. It's like treated like a state
It's a state park.
park.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, yeah,
state
yeah.
park.
So
Yeah.
there's reasoning behind that. But
Mhm.
yeah. So any final thoughts on things to do, not to? I feel like we covered most everything I had in mind.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
But yeah, overall, highly recommend.
It was
I mean,
cool.
it's cool. It's a really legendary place to go. Very cool landmark. But yeah, just some things to keep in
Yeah,
mind
it was
and
cool.
recommendations if you do find yourself wanting to go there or have family or friends that want to go there. That also happens a lot where we'll get
Yeah.
some people coming from out of town and they're like, I really want to do Alcatraz. And for
Mhm.
some reason that has never panned out for, I guess, for either of us. But if
Yeah.
you're listening to this and happen to be a local or will be coming here and people want to do it, there you go.
There you go.
Thanks. Keep in mind. And like I said, that YouTube video is going to be up as well. So if you guys want to see this quick tour and kind of get a better idea of what we were talking about in this episode, you can go watch that. Hope you guys enjoy it. But otherwise, that's all we have for you today.
That is it.
Yeah. So we will see you in the next episode.
Cheers.